people over 40 years age work very hard on everything, what we eat, how we move, what we put on our skin, etc., etc. But it is one thing we are not paying attention, and which is actually all around us, and it is free. I'm talking about your emotions. How often you think of your emotions as something which is speeding up your aging process? I'm Zane, I'm skincare formulator and skin nutritionist and health coach, and I want to talk today about your emotions and how they are changing your aging process. It is obviously, everyone knows, stress impacts our life, it changes our cortisol levels, etc., etc., etc. But I want to talk today about something different, and no one talking about it. It's our inner emotions like fear, resentment, guilt, and they are equally bad for us. When we're growing up, we are literally holding different kinds of emotions in our body, and I think many of you already know how important is psychosomatic issues of any illness. So these emotions are living in our tissues, and we're building up. Sometimes we're building in our tummy, sometimes we're building in our joints. This is where from all pains and aches and illnesses start to come. If we're building in our gut, different kind of gut problems start to arise. So, and these are invisible enemies of our body. And it's free to work with them. The most effective tool to work with your inner emotions like fear, guilt, and resentment, and many more, is actually meditation. Meditation where you concentrating on these one emotion at a time. For me, biggest one was resentment and fear is generally the biggest one. And I would recommend you to start with fear because it's sitting in your solar plexus and it's literally blocking your ability to be creative, to try new things, to enjoy life, to go outside your box, to leave your comfort zone, to start new business, to do something you was dreaming all life about. And I actually started with doing things I was afraid of. For example, when I was a girl, I really loved skiing. And this winter, it was perfect for skiing in Latvia. And I was thinking, all right, I want to try, but I was so afraid I can't do it anymore because so many years passed since last time I was skiing. But somehow I kind of pulled myself together and I stepped on skis. And it was, first 10 minutes was very difficult because I was kind of like losing my balance, etc. But as soon as I started to feel this movement and how easy it is to go forward and this feeling of freedom when you go down a hill, yes, first time was difficult, but second and third I was really enjoying. And it was such a relief when you go over your fear. But you can go also by easy way. You can prepare yourself through these meditations and before the event. So, for example, when I learned driving, I learned on manual, but after some years, like 7 or 8 years, I can't remember, we bought automatic car, and I was driving an automatic car for 15 years. In my eyes, I was forgetting about how to drive manual car. But one day I needed to drive manual, and I had no choice. I literally, no choice. What I did, evening before, I was meditating on fear, on driving manual. In the morning before driving, I was meditating on everything goes smoothly. And while I was walking to this car, I was thinking like one feet, another feet, and gas, and then brakes, and everything. So I was kind of like remembering how it worked together, like bum, 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 all the time in my head, like one feet, another feet, another movement, and my hand is moving as well. So when I sat in the car and I started to drive, it was like, No, I didn't feel this 15 years. Of course, at the first 5-10 minutes, it was a little bit difficult, but after 30 minutes, I was already like, oh wow, I remember how to do it. But I was afraid from this for last 10 years. So this is just showing us how our fear can block us from enjoying life and doing things you might really want to do. So what you can do about your fear, you can start meditating on it. If you want meditation from me, I can record free meditation for you. Just comment below and I will send you a link to this meditation. But in general, it's just 20 minutes in the morning. I would not recommend you to do this in the evening because it's kind of like free up lots of energy in our body, because tissues, when they are kind of like keeping these emotions, we are keeping energy, and it's our energy. We can use it in our daily life. So this is reason why we are getting older. We have less and less and less energy. So this energy is held somewhere in the body and creating illness and problems afterwards. So do it in the morning. Move your body afterwards so you can get rid of extra energy you don't need actually. And you will feel, with every emotion, you will feel lighter and lighter and lighter, and free and free and free, more free. So what else I can recommend you to do? Do it every day. Probably you will fall in sleep in maybe first time, maybe second time, maybe third time, but later on you will start to be more and more awake, because our brain is kind of like it's kind of like protection instrument for us, and it's don't want you to change something in your life. So it's kind of like protecting you from effects of these meditations. But while you sleep, it still works, not 100%, but some parts are actually working. And I was doing these fear meditations for 2 weeks in a row, because first time was literally very painful. I felt how this fear is living in my body and how it's leaving. Literally, you can feel pain, not probably for all of us, but I felt this pain. I felt pain in my feet, I felt pain in my tummy, in my shoulders, in between shoulder blades. So you can feel how it's traveling in different parts of your body. And it's so fascinating actually how our emotions work. And I'm working with emotions for the last 2 years. I started to learn face plastic, which is also based on physical removing of emotional junctions in our body and free these emotions so energy can flow. And when I learned this meditation release of emotions, and it's when I'm working on this together, both emotionally and physically, you can feel it's literally like chain. It starts somewhere in the head, and when it's going through your body in different parts, and when you concentrate your attention to these parts, it disappears in time. For some time it's still kind of like going on, but after some time it's literally like disappears. And this is free, and this is such easy method to get rid of all this extra luggage we don't need, and free our spirit, free our soul for new adventures, for living longer. And actually scientists are telling we can live up to 150 years age, and not only with some special treatments, but also helping our body to get rid of this heavy stuff, heavy energy, which is not letting energy flow. And from my experience, our body is such an amazing machine or system. When you are giving this little help, like little touch or little push to your body, it starts to level out itself. And every time you are doing something good in terms of removing these energies, your body is starting to balance back, and it is every time it's different. So imagine you are improving yourself every single day doing these meditations. Also, with emotions in our body can keep us away from normal flow of energy, of money. It can keep us away from flow of creativity. It can keep us away from flow of success energy, because when we are wishing something, actually planet is here for us, not opposite one. And when we are wishing something, our wish is granted, but our bodies are the ones who are blocking it. And the blocks are these emotions which are sitting and not letting us enjoy. And how you can see how far you are with fear and guilt and resentment and everything else is literally like hooks in our body, energetical hooks, obviously. And when you go in your daily life and you see events which are trying to catch you on these hooks, for example, someone is telling you something which makes you feel angry or makes you feel guilty, you know you have this problem in your body. You just lie down, you meditate, and you get rid of it. And your body becomes lighter and lighter and lighter every time. And if you live in this way, within some time, your body is different every day, improved version of yourself. So in this way, you are literally not aging, you are going opposite way. And you feel this energy flow, and how much easier it is to communicate with people, how much easier it is to do your job or your daily activities or business, or sometimes you're starting to manifest things like literally out of blue air. And when you master this work with your emotions, all other stuff is much easier to master in terms of anti-aging, of longevity. So, because if we would start our longevity journey with, for example, adjusting your food or your physical exercises, all these emotions are blocking you with different kind of ways. You know, sometimes you don't want, sometimes you just have breakdowns and emotional bursts and everything, which is keeping you away from maintaining this healthy way. But if we will start working with your emotions as number one, you have tool, you can work every day. I am meditating with this method exactly for a year. Not exactly, it is, I started on 5th of June last year, so today is 2nd of June, so 3 days away from a full year. And I can't recognize myself, I'm a totally different person. And one thing I noticed is you can't involve me in these different kind of resentment, guilt and anger things, because I see through this situation. It's not, I have no hooks anymore, so and my body lets me see through, and I'm not involved in, I'm kind of like quitting as soon as I'm seeing such situation. I'm not going to be involved in this, because I know what it is and why not to be involved. Otherwise you are losing lots of energy without any purpose at all. So why not use this energy in something good, in something beneficial to yourself and your children and your family, on your aging process, so improving your health and feeling better and better every day. So yeah, it's very fascinating object, and in general scientists only talk about stress, which is a big thing, but stress comes from fear, from anger, from resentment, from guilt and everything else. Less emotions we have, less hooks we have in our body, less stress we have in our life. And you start to be just calm. You are not reacting with fear to something. And this is kind of like a magic instrument, magic wand, which is making your life much more calm, much more happy. I noticed I'm going on the street and I'm just smiling because I'm happy. It is sunny day, it's beautiful weather. I feel fantastic, and all these things make you feel happy. So, and planet starts to work for you, not you for planet. And it's amazing feeling when you master this. It's amazing feeling. Another level afterwards, you can obviously start working deeper and deeper on yourself, and you can start to read energy fields of situations, of people. I test, when I'm going fruit shopping, I can test fruits, which one will be the best for me energetically, which will be the sweetest, the tastiest one, and how I will feel after eating this fruit. And I didn't fail even once. So it works. It is exactly like this. So, and your life becomes easier and easier, and I think it's a way to go. And one next steps is adjusting your food, adjusting your physical activities, adjusting your chemicals you use in your home, your sleep patterns, etc. And then your sleep, by the way, becomes better and better when you remove all these negative emotions. So why stop, and why not use this opportunity to go with these meditations, and you wait, after meditation you have so much energy ready for day. I can't see why not to try it, honestly. So I think it gives you a lot of thought, and if you want free meditation, just let me know in the comments, and I will send you over a link to meditation so you can use it and improve your life instantly. And afterwards, maybe you will come to me and work one-on-one with me on improving your lifestyle, so you can be healthier and healthier every day, and live long and happy and healthy life. So everyone wants it, isn't it? So thank you for watching, and have a beautiful day, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.